Hey, gang. So today we're going to jump right into our onboarding training here. And specifically, this is the first core element that we're going to talk about. And it's going to bleed into a little bit of the additional information here. So, first one's going to be attitude and mentality. As it's defined by the Webster's Dictionary, attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically in one's reflected in a person's behavior. You know a good attitude when you see it because they are very open armed, they're very engaging, they're very solution oriented, they're positive, they're helpful. You can hear it in their words, their tone of voice, all of those different elements. And you also know when somebody has a bad attitude. They're short, they're disconnected, they're not part of exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So defining this is a very, very important piece. The second part of this is mentality. So, a mode or a way of thought. So, if you think it, that's what it becomes. So, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right. Now, as it relates to attitude specifically, we're going to talk a little bit about what is attitude, how do you display a great attitude, why is attitude so important, and then tips and tricks of staying positive and emulate your attitude. So, what is attitude? Is a display of your ability to meet and exceed expectations. It also creates your ability to have a positive transfer, right? You're going to be asking for information from people. At some point, you may be even asking for money. You're going to be asking for their information related to the product or even their experiences or expectations. So, having a great attitude is very, very critical to obtaining this information. In addition to that, it is your ability to effectively control the outcome. Now, why is attitude so important? Attitude is senior to everything. People will pay more for a great attitude. So, as long as you have a great attitude, people will do business with you. In addition to that, it's more than just a product, especially with insurance that any consumer is purchasing. It's more than the product, it's you. And you have to emulate yourself in very forthcoming, very solution oriented as you work through this course of this conversation. Now, how in the world do you display a great attitude, right? So you treat everyone like they have money, and magically they come up with it and they know how to spend it. You treat them how you want them to act. So if you want them to be confident, guess what you have to do? You have to treat them confidently. Even saying that word to them is extremely impactful as you transfer that attitude towards them. Being positive and a relieving tone of voice. The biggest thing that ever happens is if somebody's demeaning or talks down to somebody, they typically clam up and you're not going to have a great conversation. But if you're very open, absolutely, I can help you. Let's take a look at some of this. And then confidence can be transferred as well. So if you want them to be confident, tell them to be confident. And then some tips, some tricks, some ways of staying positive. Write down your goals every day. Work out every day. It doesn't have to be an intense one. Just get your body moving. Get that blood flowing. In addition to that, positive listening. Listen to some of the greats. If you got Audible, check out Audible. If you got Spotify, whatever the case is, listen to something other than music on your daily commutes to fuel yourself. Have a get it done attitude or mentality. Finish everything that you start all the way to the end. Have a positive book. You write down things that you've accomplished that were hard for you. You have to check in with yourself throughout the course of the day. You have to treat everyone like they're great and then be able to have the ability to tell somebody no positively. Now, the other portion of this is really about utilizing positive power phrases. I'm guilty of using some of the non positive phrases. I think, let's take a look. Um, Let me see if I can help. Things like that are non positive power phrases. Our positive power phrases are going to be absolutely, I'm happy to help. An easy way to fix that is you're talking to the right person. I am confident. What most people do, and I'll definitely help you with this. And the last one of my favorites. Hey, the good news is. Hope this helps.